MacVoices at CES 2024. MacVoices is at Showstoppers at CES. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we're going to talk to Jeff from Clicks about the firestorm that they unleashed. Jeff, it's great to meet you.
It's good to meet you too. I gotta say, I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
Okay, let's talk about both of those, because this seemed to light a fire under a lot of people emotionally, not just from a product standpoint of is it good, is it not, but it seemed to stir up the whole keyboard iPhone controversy again.
Look, when we came up with Clicks, we're not trying to build a time machine. We're not trying to turn an iPhone into a BlackBerry. We want to take everything people love about iPhone and help them enjoy it even more. And so the way we tried to design Clicks is ask ourselves, like, if Apple was going to build a keyboard accessory for the iPhone, how would they do it? There's nothing inherently wrong with buttons. Buttons bring a lot of utility and a little bit of joy to a technology product. And so we're not trying to fix an iPhone problem. There isn't an iPhone problem to fix. We're trying to say, how do we take the things people love about iPhone? A big screen, the ability to express yourself, Mac shortcuts that people love on their computers, and bring them to iPhone in the most iPhone way possible.
And so, I mean, I guess I think you just answered the question. I was going to ask why. Because we have an iPhone that's now functioned for X number of years, a lot of years, without a keyboard. And of course, Steve said, no keyboard. And he even made fun of some of the keyboard-based devices back then. So why is it time now?
Steve Jobs was right. In 2007, when the iPhone was introduced, buttons had to go for smartphones to move forward. But think about the types of things that you did on your smartphone in 2007 when you were using your keyboard. You were typing emails. You were sending text messages. You weren't doing experiences, multimedia experiences like you do today on a smartphone. Live streaming, creating content in Instagram. Those are experiences where you want to be able to consume and create simultaneously, not in a creation mode versus a consumption mode. And that's kind of what happens when you've got this on-screen keyboard that's popping up and going away and popping up and going away. So what we're trying to do is just get you closer to your content. By moving the keyboard off the screen, now you have more screen real estate. You're able to enjoy that, that liquid retina display all that much better.
I mean, I don't quite understand the passion that this is evoked, but because I think there is something to be said for it. I mean, I've used a Bluetooth keyboard, a Bluetooth full-size keyboard with an iPad, and it's not the iPhone. It's not the iPhone experience, but it is a reasonable experience. You're just taking that, twisting it a little bit, and maybe going a little retro.
People have tried making keyboard accessories for the iPhone in the past. In fact, there was one that was announced about 10 years ago this week. The problem with that was that it was approached as an accessory. It was a two-piece design, so if you weren't using it, you had two pieces to carry around. It was a Bluetooth connection that you had to manage. You had to charge it separately, so it really felt like an afterthought. And what we've tried to do is design something that feels like a natural extension of iPhone, connects through Lightning or USB-C. It's recognized automatically by iOS as an external hardware keyboard, and so it just clicks.
Ouch. Okay, so the other question I have to ask, why the color choices? Just to get attention?
Pardon me, why
just to get attention?
The color choices?
The colors.
If you look at even what iPhone does when they launch new models, they've got a combination of colors that, evoke joy and self-expression, and then some colors that are maybe a little bit more safe and conventional, and that's what we've done with Clicks. We've got this bumblebee color that we're launching with, which, suitably is black and yellow. We've also got a color that's I love, and it's actually what I bought for myself on launch day, which is, we call it London Sky, and it's like a gray with a little bit of blue and a little bit of green. But we're also exploring other color flows as well. So we've got one here that's, a really bright pink and blue, and another really deep blue. So, just as iPhone users have come to love choosing an iPhone that best represents them, we're going to build Clicks keyboards that do the same thing.
I think it's a brilliant move because you could try to sell this as a boring business device, and with the colors, it turns into something fun.
It goes back to what we talked about off the top, Chuck. We're not trying to build just another productivity tool. People are plenty productive on their iPhone. They type fast on their iPhone. They type accurately on their iPhone. We're just trying to give them a tool that helps them do all that and more.
So, for the 3 people out there who haven't heard all these stories, what kind of pricing is there for this?
So it's $139 US for the Pro models, 14 and 15 Pro. You can order them now. 14 Pro ships February 1st, 15 Pro ships early March. And if you go to the Pro Max, which actually I have a sample here in my back pocket, it's $159. And Pro Max, obviously, for 15, we've got the USB-C. We've got slightly larger buttons across the keyboard, and it just feels so good.
Yeah, listen, I think it's a great idea. I love the fact that you've created a bit of disruption to things.
Well, we're trying to bring a great typing experience, and it's something I forgot that I think your audience will love, just to try to show that we're passionate about doing this in the most Apple way possible. When we were choosing the layout of the keyboard, you'll notice that we emulated the iOS on-screen keyboard. So we didn't go back to like a BlackBerry-style dial pad. We laid the numbers out across the top row, just like you'd find on iOS. And same thing with the placement of the symbols, and even right down to dedicated voice input key in the bottom right that either triggers speech to text or press and hold to pull up Siri.
So you've really tried to respect the iPhone, but do something different.
You're absolutely right. I mean, when you look at the people on our team, we've got people who designed and built BlackBerry keyboards, some of the best BlackBerry keyboards in the world. We also have people who worked at Apple for a decade and understand the DNA of iPhone and iOS and how to create a keyboard product that does it in the most respectful Apple way possible.
The website where folks go to learn more, see these, and order them.
Clicks.tech.
Jeff, thank you so much. It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you too.
Congratulations on what you've accomplished, because I respect it. I think it's great. Just keep driving them crazy.
We've poured a lot of love into this, and we hope people love it too.
We'll see you soon.
You bet.
Folks, more from CES in Las Vegas and Showstoppers. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.